Hi, we're just playing with Melanie C, Sporty Spice, and I was thinking maybe we should wake her up and see if she'll play the piano for us. Would you like that? Come with me. So that's what we do in our playtime. We just let Melanie play her piano, and we just play along, hopes that everybody's happy. Thanks for watching.
There are no words. This is what our country has become. A middle-aged to getting near elderly man dressing and acting like a 6-year-old girl. Clearly someone needs to seek professional treatment. But wait, what if the man was in his 20s and he acted like a little girl? Well, then we would just call him Dylan Mulvaney and celebrate everything that he has become. So, as this train prepares to jump right off the tracks, let's see what other stories are trending left. And since we're talking all things crazy, I'd like to introduce you to yet another totally sane and normal man who seems to be having a tough time this month dealing with those man cramps.
I think the really crappy thing about having a period every month is that, I have to experience all of this pain, all this discomfort, and I don't even get the joy or the ability to bear children. Especially this month, because the cramps have been really, really bad. Debilitating even, more so than usual. And it's just at least give me the ability to have a baby, or just take this away.
Now imagine if that was an actual woman who actually had a period and actually was not able to have children. Think of her perspective. But no, I'm sorry, we can't do that because it's all about the men who pretend to be women. Feminism, goodbye. Trans, everything. Everything. Now moving on, we have video of yet another middle-aged man who likes playing dress-up, who was met by a real mama bear after he attempted to use the women's restroom. Listen closely to the statement that he makes at the end about being a mama.
On the basis of the comfort and dignity of girls and women, I'm asking you and telling you, please do not use women's spaces. It makes them feel uncomfortable.
My girls and the other women I am with are very comfortable with being in the bathroom.
Well, fortunately, I'm not your daughter, and my daughter is also not your daughter.
No, that's right.
And she would feel very uncomfortable. No, right. No, you interrupted me.
Excuse me.
You interrupted
I'm not here for a debate. Beth, do you mind?
Right.
I would ask you to please call off your dog.
I beg your pardon. I'm asking you as a mother, do not use female spaces.
And I'm very uncomfortable.
It makes women and girls feel very uncomfortable. You are not, how dare you?
As a mother, I am very...
You're not a mother. You never birthed your children. You're not a mother, Dawn.
Right,
I did the job of mom, which is even more...
Yeah, it was kind of hard to hear there, but he said, I do the job of a mama, which is more important. And what in the bloody hell does that mean? Because as that mama bear had to, look up to John, because he's a man, John is only concerned with what John feels and all the people who are with John, not actual women or actual females, which mama bear there was talking about. Now, one thing to point out was the actual man who was standing in between them. What is his whole role in this? I'll let you decide. Now, if you thought this delusion was only restricted to the white people, boy and girl, do I have a treat for you. Too soon with the boy and girl? Anyway, this next grouping of males dressed to the nines apparently collectively feels much more comfortable pretending to be women so they can call all white people racist, even our friends down under.
All white people are racist, period, point blank, end of story. You cannot be white and not racist. It's not possible, because if you are born in this country, in this America, I'm all white Americans. I don't live in Australia, but they racist too. If you don't be in Australia, they are nasty. If you are white and you're raised in America, you are raised through TV, through books, through every single thing to have racial bias toward white people and against people of color.
Now, I don't know what was just said. I was totally distracted trying to figure out that entire time who's actually female and who's male on that panel. Do you know? Let me know. Someone in the comments, let me know. What was it, 2 to 3, 3 to 2? How many males and females were actually on that panel? And how uncomfortable were they sitting with all whatever it is they were wearing? I'm very confused. Not as confused as most of them. But anyway, we're going to wrap things up with a story based in reality. Oh, how refreshing. We have a young man, reportedly, who attends Auburn High School in Virginia. And he was brave enough to take his concerns to the school board after his teacher assigned a book even he deemed inappropriate for school.
3 weeks ago, my class and I were given this book to read by our English teacher. I'm going to let you know that this book was read aloud by our teacher in a classroom full of my peers. On page 13, it says, quote, Margot's best friend started a rumor that the real reason he had blood in his urine was due to chronic masturbation. On page 37, it says, quote, my lovely boyfriend of lo these many months is my best friend. On page 276, it says, Ben starts, I spy with my little eye something I really like. Is it the taste of No. Is it the taste of I guess. But this book was originally chosen by our teacher. When we asked our teacher why these disgusting comments were in the book, the excuse was that the book was coming from the perspective of high school students and that my peers speak this way as well. This is something I wouldn't feel comfortable reading in front of my own parents, let alone my teacher reading it to an entire class of students.
Now, that's a young man who actually is acting as a young man and standing up to the school board and thinking logically and asking the question, why is it that this is what our curriculum is giving us? But what will come of that? Well, absolutely nothing, because nothing ever comes of it. Anytime we report these stories, it is always he speaks his piece or the mama bear speaks her piece to the school board and nothing. Just nothing. Because this is America. But thankfully, that's going to wrap up this segment. Of course, there's going to be plenty more craziness next week. Until then, stay sane, America.